So you're so swift to hop onto digital development, but have you ever for once thought about the many changes they've imposed on society? Take this opportunity. Hello and welcome to REFLO'S TV. It's yet another exciting episode right here on this platform, and we're here once again to do this with you. But do not forget that this video has been sponsored by REFLO'S Sanitary Pads. Your well-being has always been our number one priority because you deserve the best. So my dear lady, go out there and get one of our products for yourself. And if you're a heavy flowing lady, this is good news for you. We have a specially tailored product for you in that time of the month, extra wide, extra soft, extra long, to hold you. Look no further, REFLO'S Sanitary Pads is your number one choice. So today we are looking at gender roles in marriage. Gender roles in marriage. And you may be asking yourself what gender roles are all about. And you know, society has expectations of males and females. I mean, these are the basic sexes that we know about. And I want to say that there are basically various expectations that people have of males and females. And it's sort of a conceptualization of masculinity and femininity in society. So you're looking at what does society basically look out for when you are a man? What does society look out for when you are a woman? And in the context of marriage, what does society expect of husbands? What does society expect of wives? So this is what we are looking at today and we're talking about today. Now, I want to say that when we talk about gender roles in marriage, I believe that basically they are influenced by two main factors. I want us to look at the culture of a person, the cultural background of someone, and their religious background. So by culture, we're looking at what ethnic group does one belong to generally, what race does one belong to generally, what tradition, the origin of a person, what do they basically believe in. And we're looking at the religious aspect, the faith that people believe in, they belong to, they subscribe to. I believe that these are two basic pillars that affect how people view husbands and wives and what roles are expected of them. So when we look around, generally, I believe that many traditions, when it comes to their culture, they look at men as figures of provision. So the man is the one that is looked up to when it comes to providing for the home, when it comes to protecting the family, the person who goes out there to put things together and, you know, provide to the home generally. In so many traditions, this is how the man is looked at. We look at the woman mostly as a home care person, somebody who takes care of the home, a caregiver, somebody who is in charge of cooking, cleaning, putting the house in order. Specifically, someone who is seeing to it that domestically everything is in place. So we normally domesticate the woman when it comes to a lot of traditions around us. For most religions I know of, I'm talking about Christianity, I'm talking about Islam, the dominant religions here, the man is often viewed as the head of the family, the one who is expected to lead. The woman, on the other hand, is expected to submit. So the man seen as the leading figure and the woman seen as the submitting figure. Now, for many people, when it comes to this very subject of gender roles, they really hammer on this aspect of leading and submitting. And I'm talking mostly about Christians. They quote a lot of scriptural references. Now, most of them refer to Paul's letter to Ephesians chapter 5 that talked about the fact that women are supposed to submit and the men, supposed to love their wives. Before we get into those details, one thing I want to say is that the point of view I want to come from today is that irrespective of the expectations that are had of men and women in marriages, both on the traditional side and on the religious side, one thing I want to say is that nothing is permanent. And this is the mindset that I want us to, look at this topic with. I have not come here today to defy what your culture thinks, what your tradition thinks, what your religion thinks, nothing. What I have come to do is that I want us to look at marriage as a teamwork. I want us to look at marriage with a mindset of complementing our partner, because I believe that each of the parties to marriage comes with, something unique. And the essence of marriage is that a man comes with what he has, a woman comes with what she has. They both come together and they make a happy home. They both come together and they produce, good results. What is the essence of, having well cut and defined roles for men and women, which will not be able to be applied to every home? And then it brings about a lot of confusion. So this is what I want us to dwell on today. God created man and woman, in his own image and likeness. There was nowhere that he stated that one was higher than the other. The fact that he tells you are the head of the home, you're the leader of the home, you're supposed to submit, you're supposed to lead, and the woman is supposed to submit, does not mean that you look down on the woman, or the woman is subsidiary, or the woman is subservient to you, or whatever people think or explain when they talk about these leading and submitting stuff. People talk about the Apostle Paul's letter to the Ephesians, and they say, women of today, the Bible says you're supposed to respect your husbands. Don't you understand it? And the people base on these submissions and do all sorts of things in the names of being the head and women having to submit. No. The Apostle Paul most importantly places emphasis on both partners submitting to each other. Before he talked about women submitting, he says the couple must submit themselves to each other out of reverence for Christ. And so if you revere Christ, then you understand that in the marriage, it is a sacrificial offer that you are giving to your wife and your wife given to you, irrespective of the clear-cut lines that have been highlighted over there, that the man is the leader and the woman is the submitting element. What am I talking about? We should not attach ourselves so much to these things, and in the name of these things do certain things that contradict the leadership and the submission roles that we always refer to. If you're leading, what is expected of you? You lead means that you are paving a way. You are charting a course or a path that people can follow you. You are influencing through your positive values. I cannot submit where there is no leadership. I cannot submit where I cannot see any influential role that you are playing. So it's a hand-in-hand thing. And you see, I have already spoken about the fact that marriage is the situation in there, or the atmosphere in there, is not permanent. Things can change. Imagine me, a woman, being in the working world together with my husband, and maybe a time comes my husband has to go to school, leave work and permanently go to school. I have to wisely know that this time around my husband is doing something that will help us in the future. So if there is something I can feel in him for at a certain point in time, I should be able to do that. I shouldn't stick to the fact that my husband has to provide. So once he's not providing, then the marriage is over. The man, you come from work before your wife. The wife is not yet home. She's yet to come back from the office. There is something that you can do to help. Just because they said the woman is supposed to be in the kitchen, she's supposed to do this, she's supposed to do that. You are sitting there, because we're trying to these things are not wise. So today, this is my gospel. Please, let us all be open-minded. And let us think critically about how we can make our home. If Asimesi is doing this in their home and they respect each other and it will help them, that is their home. If in our home, this is what we can adapt to, let us do it. This is our home. At the end of the day, think about the fact that we are siasesa. The world has evolved and we need to attach ourselves to the evolutions that have occurred in the world. Marriage is teamwork. Marriage is complementarity. People are equal in the sight of God. Men must respect women. Women must also respect men. Let us figure out how we can do this and make it work for society. At the end of the day, the progressiveness of your marriage and the entire society is what we are talking about and nothing else. What do you think about this conversation? What is your perception when it comes to gender roles in marriage? Do you think that we should stick to what society thinks of, our traditions think of, or do you believe in the fact that things are changing and we should adapt ourselves to the changes. I want us to have this conversation in our comment section. But do not forget that we have been sponsored by REFLO'S Sanitary Pad. This is the #1 sanitary product or material out there for you, my dear lady, in the time of the month. My heavy flowing ladies also have not been left out. We have a specialized product for you, so go out there and buy one. The number is 055-111-1169, 055-111-1169, and you can locate us at Medina Social Welfare for bulk purchases. Look no further and contact us, and always never forget that, as I always tell you, there's dignity in doing it right. So catch you same time next week in another exciting episode. It's a bye. So I was singing her praises in my conversation, and this man was quick to ask me who she was. Imagine how he felt when I said, it's a woman.